Hello, IGN. My name is Jose Otero, and I'm joined by Brendan Graeber, and we are here to talk about the Animal Crossing course
Kart.
in Mario Kart 8
that
DLC.
looks so good.
So right off the bat, I just want to I'm just going to let this play, but I just wanted people to take a gander if you haven't. Like, look at that. That looks so good. If you were familiar with the November DLC that came off Mario Kart 8, you know that Nintendo does a fantastic job of sort of capturing the essence or the spirit of the game that they are trying these courses on, and in this case, Animal Crossing.
Also, the music is astounding. Like right now, if you listen to it, it's playing the New Leaf theme.
Okay.
And it cycles through different music. I'm not sure if it's tied to seasons or
Oh,
not.
it has to be seasons,
Yeah.
unless it's hourly, just like the game.
Well, later on, I'll show you when it changes. You can listen closely enough.
Okay.
But just like props to the band who's doing this. Like such good musical cues, like reinventing how the plays. And like now we go into fall and it's playing the City Folk theme.
Okay.
Which
and that is the city tripper that she's riding, either Isabelle or female villager.
I guess it changed colors depending on who's using it. I like that.
KK Slider.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the dude.
And we have some looks at the other the new ones. No Dry Bowser though that I saw.
Oh, in the background?
Yeah. And now here when it goes to
Winter,
it goes to the 7 p.m. theme. The really kind of mellow, but they kind of like hit up with a bit of jazz. It's really nice.
It seems like it was one theme though. I wonder if maybe the theme does change per season. That would make a lot of sense, especially in
and then
keeping
back in the
with
spring,
Crossing.
it's the GameCube theme.
Okay.
The original Animal Crossing. Which I
Yeah.
really
So
love.
it's either one mega theme or separate
and
themes per
each
season.
theme has its own like kind of play, like it's kind of like ragtime and like slap. There's like a slap bass going on here. I love it.
Okay.
It sounds
Very
so
cool.
amazing.
Oh man, first look at Tom Nook. But we'll go back. And this is just a run through for the first time. So let's be a little more meticulous. Let's go back to the beginning.
I want to say, somebody asked me yesterday on Twitter, they're like, is doing rewinds the worst part of your job? I'm like, are you kidding? I love going through these things.
Believe it or not, yeah.
And
I
did my
too.
homework. I have written down every villager that you see.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So let's put this up to the test, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Who's that right there? Which one is that?
I think that's Lobo the Wolf.
Okay, so this is on the house on the left. All right, next.
As we go in, let's go in a little bit closer.
Yep.
We're going to skip these two. I'll get back to them in a little bit.
You're skipping Able Sisters and the people across the road?
Able Sisters, there's a bit better close-up. Go on a little bit further.
You got some right here. You're here, mister. I got all the villagers mapped out on my piece of paper.
A lot of them are repeats.
Okay, I'm totally kidding with you, by the way. All right, let's stop here.
All right, on the left, we have Static the Squirrel and Punchy the Cat.
Okay.
I didn't have much villagers, so I can't say much about them. There's also the message board there. I love that.
Yeah, the message board, which is classic Animal Crossing. And also, you see, obviously, with any Animal Crossing setting, you have the fruit trees. But one thing I did notice a second ago, while this Streetle is buzzing along here, that's the cart that he's driving. You do have trees, obviously.
They all have different fruit, too.
Yeah, but they have fruit, and the fruit drops. That apple just dropped. I'm not sure if something hit it.
I think
the
it was
question. I think the shell did hit that tree right here. So you do notice that an apple fell out. This can be an interesting strategy to sort of like what happens when you hit the apple. I'm dying to know.
It's either a trip up or a power up.
Yeah. One or the other. So let's see.
By the beach.
Here.
I love the little shells too that you usually pick up.
Yes,
they're all
over
there.
on the left, absolutely. And also, I'm surprised there's not bananas growing out here.
There are some coconut trees though.
There's the coconuts. I do see them.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
And right here, stop. Let's go back a little bit.
Let's go back a little bit.
We have over by the beach, right behind Mario, right there is Chrissy the rabbit.
Okay.
Little pink polka dot rabbit.
Nice job. Next one coming through.
Going back, this is kind of like the main street almost. I would assume.
I would imagine. Yeah. There's the fountain. Fountain looks really cool. So that's kind of like the great tree that you have in New Leaf. I don't know if it is or it isn't, but it sort of seems to indicate that.
It is the biggest tree around.
Yeah, it
and
is.
So right there.
Whoa! City Hall over there. You see it?
Yeah.
Right behind the tree.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. The clock tower gets struck, and then you go back to 1985. No?
Stop right here.
Okay.
Who's that? It's Fang the Wolf. He was one of my villagers, and I loved him.
Nice.
I think if we move on a little.
One thing we didn't point out.
Sure.
Oh, sorry. I completely missed it. The balloons actually have like little Animal Crossing leaves on them.
They do,
there. Meant to point that out just for folks. Also, you see. Oh, look! They are the retails.
We'll see a little close up of them later on. Yeah,
in a few minutes or a few seconds. So this one I absolutely love. So this is a big, sort of U-shaped turn.
Mm-hmm.
What I want you to pay attention to is Isabelle, who is right behind the Bullet Bill. She is taking a shortcut.
Don't
Makes
do it,
total
Isabelle,
sense.
don't do it.
You've played Mario Kart. You know what's up. But wait, she hit the rock, and out comes a coin.
I love how it moves back, too.
Super quick. Definitely reminiscent of the way the shovel works. Also, there goes is that Tony? I forget his name. Rossetti?
Rossetti, yes. Rossetti the mole.
Rossetti the mole. Thank you. And you see him sort of digging and popping out for a second to stop the streetle. Anyone else here that we want to keep an eye out for? Well, there's the rabbit again.
If you go back to 26 seconds, we're at 30 now. If we go back like 4 seconds.
4 seconds? Okay, let me go back 4 seconds. We're actually counting the villagers in this. I'm glad you came prepared.
A lot of them will reappear. I can't tell if they a little bit further back.
I'm going.
They seem
there
to
goes a museum.
There is Blathers. You can see him right by the museum back there.
Okay, is that who you wanted me to?
There's one more, too. If you go back a little bit further, back another second, I would say.
Going. 1 sec.
Right there to the right of the red apple tree is, I think that's Lobo.
Okay.
It's either Lobo or Wolfgang, the wolf.
You think?
Yes. It's hard to judge the distance.
Yeah,
I try to get the ones that were closer up.
Wait till we play the game. You will see it for yourself.
They are the Able Sisters.
Able Sisters.
This is right by the starting line. You can see Chrissy is right behind. So she's moved. She's not by the beach right now.
The items in the shop look really great, too. There's a Mario helmet, sort of the same helmet that the Amiibo wears.
There.
Yeah, the Amiibo unlocks if you can find the Mario Amiibo is easy to find, but let's not go there. What else? There goes retail again.
They even have the little llama sign.
Yes, the llamas. They're a really fun addition. Just trying to make sure we didn't miss anything here as I'm pausing back and forth. On the beach, no, nothing to really see.
There's a lighthouse, but you can't see it in that shot, at least. It's like over on the left. So now we're in the fall.
And we only just made it to the fall.
Let's go back.
How far back?
A little back. A little. Go.
I'm going. Hang on, let me make this a little faster. 1 second. Bear with me, folks.
You see another point, but right there, that leaf pile.
Yep.
That you can go through them, and it's kind of like I don't know if it's a huge deterrent, but you can see later in that you see the male villager goes through it, and then it just explodes.
So unless my memory is weird, I know that I think there were leaf piles in either Mario Kart 7 or Mario Kart Wii. I'm forgetting. I think so. There's one course that I can remember it. I might be mistaken. If I am, leave it in the comments. Of course, let us know. But that is kind of coming to mind a little bit. I'm just trying to see if there's any other sort of changes. So it's the same villagers in the same locations, even though the seasons change. I was kind of wondering if it at all would change, like people's position or who's outside. For example, right there, you have two that we haven't. Oh, actually, we did talk about these
We did see one of them. Static the Squirrel. But it's also Marshall the Squirrel.
Okay.
And then on the right was Fang.
Got it.
And then right by the she disappears right here. Now KK Slider has appeared by the message board. So he also moves around.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't here before, and you can see the mushrooms there, as well as Punchy and Rosie the cat.
Let me go back a little bit. 1 second. You said mushroom?
Yeah, right by.
Yes, that's right.
So those weren't there before as well.
Okay.
We at 56 now.
So where are we freezing? We're at a
right
minute?
there. Go back. Right
he went through.
Yeah, he went through it.
Wait, what happens next? He seems fine, but he went through with a speed burst, which I can't quite tell if he couldn't have got that just from passing through. I think that was just an item got used.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
so
right
there you
drifting.
can see the lighthouse in that next frame.
Oh, next frame. Got it. Right over.
There.
Oh, there it is. Cool.
Kind of off the beaten path, but yeah.
Very awesome. All the emojis you can think of. Wow, look at the detail on the Streetle. The outside of the Streetle looks just like the limited edition Animal Crossing City Tripper. Excuse me, looks just like the limited edition 3DS.
I like the Louis Vuitton kind of deal with all the little icons.
Very nice. Yeah, really cool.
And now we're into
winter.
Should you go back a little bit? I think we missed.
Oh, KK's moved.
Yeah,
there
KK's
he is
moved again. He's out in front of the coffee shop.
Okay. What else are we looking for?
There's also Francine, or Poppy the Squirrel right there.
Poppy the Squirrel.
And Francine the cat.
Okay.
Not Francine Francine the rabbit. She's a little further back.
Oh,
that's Mitzi the cat.
How further back? That's Mitzi the cat.
My mistake. She's right there, the blue
polka dot. Right above.
Right by the flag.
To the top left of the archway for the editor who is having
notice
to put
the
all
giant
these
tree now has Christmas lights on it.
Nice.
And it's all it's barren. There's just branches.
That's really nice. And the texture on everything is super different. By the way, we missed the shot earlier, but the train does pass in the background too.
Yeah,
you see the bridge over there.
Behind the orchard.
Yeah, we did miss it. And it has the stock Animal Crossing flag right there as well. At least until you change it in.
And now we have snowmen.
New leaf.
Replacing the leaf piles.
Okay.
which I'm assuming are, again, like you don't want to hit them.
Yep.
And right there we have, let's see, that's Chief the Wolf on the right. On the left we have Wolfgang the Wolf and Ruby the albino rabbit. Love the detail with that.
Yep, very cool.
And
Well, then now we're back in spring.
There's Blathers again.
Yep. Saw him quickly.
And then that was, stop right there. That's Bunny the rabbit, original name, and Rosie the cat again.
Okay. And there's the train,
Yeah.
which we mentioned earlier. You can see it over by the trees in the back.
I love how you can even see like all the pedals on the ground that are kind of like covering the sides.
Hope the villager doesn't have a death
And
star.
then there's Tom Nook.
First appearance.
Along with Lobo and Bob the cat on the left. He's like one of the first Animal Crossing villagers you could get in the back of the GCN one.
Yep.
And then
That's
Ruby again.
GameCube for folks.
Yes.
And Tom Nook is surprisingly underdressed, but he is in front of Nook's Cranny versus the shop that he had.
Yeah, it seems like even though the season changed, Nook's Cranny just stays the same.
Yep. All right.
I think at one, there's Francine again.
Okay.
The rabbit.
Someone before that you wanted to point out?
No, keep going.
Okay,
it's a little
good.
bit further on. We see KK Slider moves one more time. A little
Looking
bit
for it.
right.
Hang on, I'm going to just cycle through slowly. So he's not in front of the coffee shop anymore.
No, he's moved. There are some of the other ones, but I think
Are you sure he moved?
I got the wrong time code.
Maybe we missed him.
I would go scrub through it, like go rewind.
Nope. You know what? For folks who are watching this, the challenge is on you.
Yeah, go
Find
find
where
them.
KK is.
But right here, this is a really good view of the track. So I mapped it out, and right where on Main Street, where that big kind of like archway of balloons is, that you go down Main Street, you take a left on the beach, you curve around by Nook's Cranny, you go over the ramp, take a right at the museum, and then you take a left down where the Able Sisters are in the town hall, and then you go over the bridge, take a right through the orchard, past the past where the train is in the background.
Yep.
You go right back, and then you hop over again in that final little aerial loop, and then right back into Main Street again.
There you go.
And that's your whole course there.
Whoa, what was that? Hang on, I just got to see what that was. Sorry, folks. This is the longest rewind theater, but it's a good rewind theater. Oh no, it's just a villager.
Oh yeah,
just next to that rock by the parasol there. I was like, what? There you have it, folks. The Animal Crossing course, which is coming to Mario Kart 8 soon, April 23rd. Be hyped for it. And for more Mario Kart coverage, keep it right here at IGN.